chase, a couple of circuits of Prestbury Park, and towards the first fence, King's Road on the inside. Out very wide is Musical Sling. They all land safely. Soldat in the firing line with Toto Toscato. Alexander Banquet just on their heels, rather scratched the post. Behind those then is Lord Noelie from Lady Cricket, Brau Joshi, and finally Native Upmanship. Uphill towards the second, and it's King's Road. That's the advantage from Soldat in second place. Toto Toscato on the outside is third, then Alexander Banquet, Lord Noelie, Brau Joshi. Musical Sling is taken back by Paul Flynn, having jumped the first fence almost in the lead. Lady Cricket, and finally Native Upmanship. Down to the third, King's Road, wearing a visor for the first time, but was very slow there. A mistake by Musical Sling. King's Road remains the leader. Jumped very hesitantly at Chepstow the other day, hence the visor today. And jumping this one a little bit better, the water there. Carl Llewellyn sitting low, the plate going to that fence. Got a good jump out of King's Road. Soldat in the noseband second. Toto Toscato on the far side. They take the open ditch. Then Brau Joshi landed in fourth. Alexander Banquet on the inside of the green-jacketed Lord Noelie. In the blue headgear behind those is Lady Cricket, then Musical Sling, and finally Native Upmanship as they take another plain fence. All still standing. Bit of an uphill run and a left-hand bend to the next. Fence number 7. An open ditch. Fence where Nordance Prince fell earlier. King's Road from Soldat and Toto Toscato. Followed by Brau Joshi, a bold jump. Mistake there by Native Upmanship. Last place, rather dragged his hind legs through it as we shadow them at the top of the hill. And it's King's Road by 2 or 3 lengths to Soldat. Toto Toscato, Brau Joshi on the inside. Then Alexander Banquet and Lord Noelie. Lady Cricket behind these. They start down the hill, and one of them pulling up towards the rear, Musical Sling. Musical Sling, the rank outsider, being pulled up by Paul Flynn. So just 8 left then in the Royal & Son Alliance as they take the next. King's Road and Soldat disputing it at that fence. Soldat moving powerfully in the centre in the noseband. Behind runners is Toto Toscato in the stripes. In the headgear, Brau Joshi, Alexander Banquet, Lord Noelie out towards the left, the outside is green. They take this King's Road down on his nose at that fence. It's just not the most fluent or the safest of jumpers, but he remains the leader as they round the turn, having completed a circuit. And now heading towards the 10th, it'll be the 19th and final one in a few minutes' time, and it's King's Road from Soldat. Toto Toscato out wide of Brau Joshi as they rise. They were followed by Alexander Banquet on the inside, Lord Noelie moving well on the heels of these, then Lady Cricket and Native Upmanship under a quiet ride from Connor O'Dwyer is last of the remaining 8. In front of the stands once again, uphill to the next, fence number 11. And King's Road and Carl Llewellyn continue to make the running. Soldat in second. Toto Toscato, another slight, fiddly little mistake by Native Upmanship at the rear of the field. Didn't lose any ground though, as once again they turn into the back straight. 4 fences in this line ahead of them, then the open ditch, and it's King's Road down the hill to Soldat and Toto Toscato. King's Road again rather slithered into the root of that fence and lost 2 or 3 lengths, is driven up again on the inside by Carl Llewellyn, but it's hard work. Soldat and Toto Toscato upside as they take the water once more. In fourth was Brau Joshi, Lord Noelie creeping closer, then Alexander Banquet, Lady Cricket and Native Upmanship. They're all well grouped. Another test now, an open ditch coming to it. It was just Soldat who touched down in front there from Brau Joshi. King's Road driven along on the inside. Reminders for Lady Cricket now, who drops to the rear as they take the next plain fence. Another slight mistake by King's Road and another one by Native Upmanship as well, as they now race back towards the open ditch. And it's Soldat in the noseband, Toto Toscato on his outside. On his inside is Brau Joshi, then Lord Noelie. Behind these is Alexander Banquet as they take this open ditch. Native Upmanship, and then a gap to King's Road, who's now beating a retreat after all those little errors, and Lady Cricket is last. Toto Toscato takes it up at the top of the hill in the hands of Richard Johnson. Lord Noelie for the Henrietta Knight Edredon Blur team goes second. Then Soldat, Alexander Banquet on the outside, Brau Joshi and Native Upmanship as they run down the hill towards the final three fences in the Royal and Sun Alliance chase. And it's Toto Toscato from Brow Joshi on the inside. Lord Noelie, Alexander Banquet over 3 out. The leader got in a bit close there. Lord Noelie appreciably closer on landing. Brow Joshi ridden. Alexander Banquet towards the outside. Native Upmanship trying to get on terms. They run down to the second last now, and it's going to be tight up front with Toto Toscato, the outside of Lord Noelie. Then Alexander Banquet, the wide of these two. Native Upmanship plodding on in 4th place. Then Brow Joshi and Soldat. They round the final turn. Toto Toscato is challenged on both sides. On the far side, Lord Noelie. Alexander Banquet coming strongly the near side, and Native Upmanship is staying on well too. The final fence, Toto Toscato in front just. Lord Noelie on the far side and Jim Cullity. Then Alexander Banquet back in 3rd. Lord Noelie strikes the front. Toto Toscato and Alexander Banquet snapping at his heels. Lord Noelie is all out for Henrietta Knight, a double, and wins the Sun Alliance chase. In 2nd place, close between Alexander Banquet and Toto Toscato. A gap then to Native Upmanship. Brow Joshi, Soldat weakened out of it. Then came King's Road, and Lady Cricket was last home. A memorable day here for the Henrietta Knight team, who won the Queen Mother Champion Chase earlier with Edredon Bleu, and have now won this Royal and Sun Alliance chase with Lord Noelie in the green colours of Executive Racing. It was Tony McCoy on Edredon Bleu. It's Jim Cullity, the stable jockey, on Lord Noelie, who had gone into many a notebook when second at Kempton last time. There's the happy couple, Henrietta Knight, Terry Biddlecombe, so emotional. Again, so emotional earlier after the Queen Mother Champion Chase. So many winners here at Cheltenham, but clearly never has he enjoyed winners as he has here today. Very tight for second. Alexander Banquet gets up to second on the near side with Toto Toscato in 3rd. He ran a great race, was in front, jumping the second last, and they were clear of Native Upmanship in 4th.
Lord Noelie wins at 9-2, joint second favourite. Plenty of applause going round for Lord Noelie. A wide open betting, not a lot of confidence. You can see why. And Lord Noelie wants to turn around and go back and do it again, I think. But he wins at 9-2. Joint second favourite. That Lord Noelie beats Alexander Banquet, the other 9-2 joint second favourite, with Toto Toscato 3rd, an 11-1 chance. And the favourite, Native Upmanship was 4th at 7-2. The distance 1 1/4 lengths and ahead. And that Lord Noelie completes a 19-1 double for Henrietta Knight, who won, of course, the champion chase with Edredon Bleu, the firm ground specialist. But you do look back to this form with North Ski Lad, how that North Ski Lad ever has won a race, that race when beating Lord Noelie, having disappointed so badly since. That's inexplicable. The confidence behind all these horses, it wasn't there. And as you can see, a blanket finish. That's why. But Lord Noelie wins. And if you're confident for him, you're delighted with the return of On the Shoulders, 9-2.
Well, the way they walked out, John, you thought they just got married. But what a wonderful day for them. And 3 brave horses up the hill. He was the strongest. And Terry Biddlecombe, such a record here in his days as a jockey. Really groomed Jim Cullity.
Well, it's nice for Jim too, having missed the ride on Edredon Bleu in the last. And with all due respect to him, I'm not sure whether he'd have won on it, but he certainly deserves a winner at the festival. He puts lots of hard work in at home, does all the schooling, does all the grafting. Toto Toscato, really clever there. He had him under the cosh, going down into it, got in close, hardly touched a twig. Alexander Banquet looked off the bridle at one stage, comes to challenge on the outside. Jim Cullity, though, just been mooching his way into the race. Look how neat he is with his front feet, that horse. And then comes from nowhere is the other Irish horse, Native Upmanship, in a minute. But at this point, going down to the last, Richard Johnson in front, being chased by Ruby Walsh on one side, Jim Cullity on the other.
Yeah, well, the hill often sorts out the stayers' races here. That extra bit needed. Toto Toscato at the trip for the first time has run a wonderful race, but he just doesn't see it out quite so well as Lord Noelie, and in the end, a little bit unlucky to be pipped for second place. Running on strongly, this is a lightly raced horse, should make a really good staying handicapper next season. And if Henrietta Knight couldn't watch Edredon Bleu any of the fences, God knows what she was like during that.
Also got to say well done to Richard Johnston. He's given that horse a wonderful ride, and you think the horrible fall that he had in the off of Lord Ants Prince earlier in the afternoon.
Just in case any of you didn't hear when Lord Vesty made the presentation, Henrietta, of course, his sister-in-law, and she trained a winner for him a couple of seasons ago with Karshi. She doesn't let her emotions go, does she, John?
No, she's been involved with horses through her mother breeds all sorts, and been involved by the Pony Club dressage 3-day eventing, and been really successful in all spheres.
She's just a very capable lady, and this is a wonderful day for her.
Henrietta Knight started this festival with 2 winners at this meeting. She's doubled her score today. Edredon Bleu and now Lord